I'm going to show you a significant character in the story of Joseph that you may have never noticed until now. Check this out. Because in Genesis 37, when Jacob told Joseph to go and check on his brothers who were supposed to be grazing their flock near Shechem, the Bible says that when he got there, he began wandering in the fields looking for them. But here's the thing, because Joseph would have ended up going back to Jacob with another bad report if it wasn't for a nameless man who redirected him into his destiny without even knowing it. In this 4-minute clip you're about to see, I share a powerful insight on the role that people like these are currently playing in our lives every single day. I'm sure you'll be surprised, but I'll chat to you right after. Check it out. I feel like when we study this story, we don't pay attention to this man. It says a man found him. What are the odds that a random man, number one, is around when his brothers are grazing near Shechem? Number two, he's still around when Joseph comes to look for them. Number three, he's curious enough to engage Joseph in conversation. And he says, what are you looking for? Joseph then replies, I'm looking for my brothers. Can you tell me where they are grazing their flocks? He wasn't just randomly there when they were there, when Joseph came, randomly asked the question, but it was also close enough to hear them say, let's go to Dothan. Who is saying that? This man played a critical role even though he went nameless. Because if Joseph never met this man, Joseph would have gone back to Jacob. So there are a lot of people who say, I'm self-made. The only reason why they say they are self-made is because they are ignorant of the nameless people in their lives who have pushed them into their destiny without them even knowing it. They are nameless people that God has positioned in our lives to push us into destiny that we don't even recognize. If this man wasn't here, I don't know if it was an angel, I don't know who he was, but God positioned him in such a way that he was there to get the whole information that he will pass on to Joseph. He then redirected him. Exactly, the nameless people. Who are the nameless people in your life? I feel like when we get to heaven, or when heaven comes down to earth, and God begins to play our lives, you realize the people that have been instrumental are not the people that we've been acknowledging. There are people who just played a tiny role that they didn't even maybe realize what they were doing. But God was using all things to work together for your good. I have a problem when I hear people say I'm self-made. I have a huge problem with that. Because it's a sign of ignorance. It's a sign that you are not aware of the people that God positioned, that are not taking the credit, but you are taking the credit for what God has done. Silent destiny helpers. That's what I call them. Right? Joseph would have turned back. And so verse 17, they have moved on from here, the man answered. I heard them say, let's go to Dothan. So Joseph went after his brothers and found them near Dothan. Verse 18, but they saw him in the distance, and before he reached them, they plotted to kill him. Kai! Now when I read this, think about it. His brothers are sitting down, or they are somewhere, and they see him in the distance. The question that came up to my mind was, who initiated this conversation to kill him? Because they all couldn't have had that idea at the same time. Check it out. If you love this clip, you can also watch the full Bible study session on YouTube where I take a deeper dive into Genesis 37. Think about it. Joseph had 2 dreams. Why was that important? God could have given him the dream once. Why did he have to send it twice? Who do you think raised Joseph at this point, now that Rachel, his mother, had passed? There are a lot of details in the story that we've read past, but are revealed in this Bible study session. Why did his brothers hate him so much? It wasn't just his dream. And why did God need to send Joseph to Egypt? I share a lot more insights on there. And if this isn't a Sunday, I would love to invite you to our live Bible study sessions happening live on YouTube and TikTok every single day between 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope to see you later today. And thanks so much for watching. Take care. Bye.